So next we're going to move to agenda item number 2. We have traffic calming plans for Segovia Way and Harwich Drive. And you do not look like John Kim.
I try. John Kim's not able to make tonight's meeting, so I'm stepping in.
Okay.
And we also have Tom Frank as our transportation director assisting me. So my name is Lindy Pham. I'm an associate engineer with the Traffic and Mobility Department. So tonight I'm presenting the traffic calming projects for Segovia Way and Harwich Drive. Segovia Way is located in the southeast quadrant of the city, slightly south of La Costa Avenue. And Harwich Drive is located in the northeast quadrant of the city, slightly west of College Boulevard and north of Carlsbad Village Drive. So these two streets is currently going through our phase 2 of the program. Just a little brief overview of the program. This program was designed to address speeding in the residential streets. It's a 3-phase process. Phase 1 is initiated when a resident contacts the city, and in this phase, we also do a speed measurement on the roadway. And depending on the speed, that determines if the street qualifies for phase 2, which is to implement cost-effective measures. And phase 3 is a traditional traffic calming measure, and that is only implemented if phase 2 is found to be ineffective. So phase 2, in order to qualify to be eligible for phase 2, the critical speed that's measured in phase 1 has to be 32 miles per hour or higher. And phase 2, this program weighs heavily on community support. So we usually have neighborhood meetings where we invite residents in that neighborhood to discuss their concerns and to propose traffic calming plans that will help address the concern. And to gauge the community support, we also send out a survey. In order for the traffic calming plans to move forward, 50% of the survey that's sent out need to be returned in order to consider it valid. And a positive support means out of those 50% return surveys, 67% is in support of this plan. So for Segovia Way, we did a speed measurement, and the critical speed on Segovia Way is 32 miles per hour. And for Harwich Drive is 33 miles per hour. So both are eligible for phase 2 of our program. So the neighborhood meeting was held last year in September for Segovia Way, and there were 33 attendees. For Harwich Drive, it was held on October 24th of last year, and there were 6 attendees. And at this meeting, we give an overview of what the process is in our program and provide information on traffic calming. And we also develop traffic calming plans that we present to the residents. And this gives them a chance to review our proposal and ask any questions. After the meeting, a letter was sent out to residents that are directly fronting these features to give them an opportunity to ask additional questions, since not everybody make it to the meeting. So this gives them an opportunity to reach out to us and let us know if they have any concern or any objections. Both Segovia Way and Harwich Drive, the proposed traffic calming plan consists of speed cushions. And here's an example of a speed cushion. This one is currently in Corinthia Street in the city of Carlsbad. They're very similar to the speed bump, but they're much wider, so they're more gentle. And it has a parabolic cross-section with a vertical height of 3.5 inches. And it also has a wheel path cut out where it allows emergency vehicles to pass through with minimal deflections and minimal delay. But it wouldn't, for a regular passenger car, you would not be able to straddle these 2 cutouts. Here is the traffic calming plan for Segovia Way. Segovia Way is approximately 3/4 mile long, and there are 7 speed cushions proposed. And they are spaced between 440 feet to 620 feet. And here is the traffic calming plan for Harwich Drive. And it's about 1/5 of a mile, and there are 4 speed cushions proposed. And they're spaced between 320 feet and 420 feet. So the survey went out after the concept plan was finalized. There were 226 surveys sent out in Segovia Way. 146 was returned, and that is equivalent to 65% return rate. And out of the 146 survey, 117 survey were in support of the traffic calming plan, and that is 80% support rate. And for Harwich Drive, there was 41 survey sent, and out of those 41, 27 was returned. And all 27 were in support of the traffic calming plan, and that's 100%. So both of these streets met the criteria that was specified in our program. So on February 14, a letter was sent out to the resident for informing resident of the survey results and for the Traffic and Mobility Commission date. So based on the finding contained in the staff report and per the requirements of the Carlsbad Residential Traffic Management Program, staff recommends that Traffic and Mobility Commission support the traffic calming plans for Segovia Way and Harwich Drive. And that concludes the presentation. And open for any questions.
Do we have any clarifying questions? Commissioner Hunter.
So Segovia Way, it kind of runs parallel to Levante, so I'm guessing people are speeding through there to skip all the stop signs we put up on Levante.
Holy cow, yes.
So Levante is a cut through for those who don't know to get from over on the La Costa eastern side back all the way around to El Camino Real and such. So over the years we've put stop signs up on Levante to kind of slow things down. Not that that necessarily was a good thing back there. So I guess everybody's taking the Segovia route to skip the stop signs. So I'm glad we're looking at speed bumps or speed cushions. Thank you. I don't like speed bumps instead of stop signs, because stop signs are bad. That's my clarifying question, comment.
Okay, any other questions before we open to public comment?
I have a couple questions, please. On your first and last speed bump there, I noticed the cushions 3%. You're even. There are only 5 houses in at the beginning and at the end of the, it's near the dead end there. Which street are you? Segovia. Okay. So if you notice on number 7, it's almost to the end of the street. Is that seems excessive to put a speed bump at the end of the street?
It was basically a feedback we got from resident, and a resident that came to our meeting said that there was speeding on Estancia Street, which is that street that's going north-south.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that cars are actually speeding into this corner, and they'd like them to slow it down.
Well, I mean, you can also see that if you come from this side, then you would go a long stretch before you hit 6.
Right.
If you wouldn't have
Yeah.
7, so you're saying that it would eliminate 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you will have that long stretch, so I believe their expertise, I trust in
Okay.
expertise. So with that, let's open it for comments.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I missed it.
We're going to have another chance to ask questions after we open it for comments after public, or do you want to ask now?
Sure.
It's up to you.
Well, maybe you can answer this quickly. So I didn't realize what was happening at Segovia. So what's happening up on Harwich? Because it doesn't seem to be a bypass to anything, as I can tell.
It is considered a cut through because the people are going down College Boulevard, cutting through Tamarack, and going into Carlsbad Village Drive. So residents
So
are
they're coming south on College?
correct.
And they make a right on to Tamarack,
Correct.
And then left.
and then they do that to avoid the intersection at Carlsbad Village Drive and College?
Correct. For College.
So if I can follow up on.
Okay.
So in regards to Tamarack, is there, where Harwich is, so is there a consideration of a lot of traffic congestion going on between Carlsbad Village Drive and College Boulevard? And then also to College College Boulevard and Tamarack Avenue. And is that the reason why a lot of residents are using that Harwich for?
It's actually a shortcut if you're going down Tamarack.
Yeah.
Tamarack goes up and loops around, and Harwich cuts them right back over to the boulevard.
And then during this time, this is more of a comment for me, during this time is during morning rush and afternoon rush. This is a pretty big congested area for us, and so I can see the reason why Harwich would want that. Thank you.
You don't have any counts of the vehicle traffic?
Not at this point. We're not with us.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna open up for public comments. We have Miss Julie Thompson.
Hello, Commissioners. My name is Julie Thompson. I live at 7837 Cape Cod Circle. I'm not against the speed cushions. I'm speaking here because I think that there's problems with traffic on Segovia Way other than speed, which are not being addressed. I live near the intersection of Segovia Way and Cape Cod Circle. Hopefully, you're all aware that there's a crosswalk there which is utilized for the elementary school children going to and from La Costa Heights Elementary. It's my understanding that this back entrance to the school originally was for the neighborhood behind the school. With no busing to school, this has become a major drop-off and pickup place. With that comes, of course, more traffic and speed on our roads. There's a crosswalk there with, of course, red curbs surrounding the crosswalk for visibility of the children and others crossing. Before and after school, this intersection is a safety nightmare with parents parking in the red zones and sidewalk, double parking, and children and parents crossing the road in places other than the crosswalk. I'm disappointed that the City Traffic Engineering Department didn't take a comprehensive approach to solving the traffic problems on Segovia Way. The letter I received about this meeting stated that the speed cushions were selected as the preferred alternative by the meeting attendees. As someone who attended the meeting, I don't recall a consensus by us. Please correct me if I'm wrong about that. It was the consensus of the traffic engineers. The engineers did a good presentation on ways to slow speed, and then why speed cushions are the answer. They did not seem interested in residents' concerns about why there's a speed problem and other possible solutions. We were told that police presence is unreasonable to expect and won't solve the problem. Here's some ideas which would hopefully improve the safety of the children and others and also slow traffic. Number one, more speed limit signs. There's not very many signs there. They need reminders. Number two, possibly flashing lights at the crosswalk like the ones on Carlsbad Boulevard. The crosswalk at the front of the school on Levante is regulated by a stop sign, but the back one isn't regulated. This is inconsistent, showing negligence by the city. Another recommendation is possibly stripes down the middle of the road to deter drivers from speeding down the middle of the road. Segovia Way is wide. There's usually cars parked on either side of it by residents or parents when they're dropping their children off or picking them up. And it goes downhill and people will speed down the middle. So if there was some sort of striping or something down the middle, people might be inclined to stay to the right side. And more police presence before and after school. I guess she's gone. I would hope that the police aren't concerned about backlash from parents when the primary concern is the safety of our children. In our neighborhood, we have no problem with the police coming and ticketing people who are. This morning I saw a parent, because I thought, well, I'll see what's going on there, because I avoid it because my blood pressure gets so high when I go down there at 5 to 8 or 220. And there was a parent who actually stopped in the middle of the crosswalk and let her children out. Stopped in the middle of the road in the crosswalk. There's no regulation there whatsoever.
Okay. I'm sorry, I have to cut you off because your time is
I know.
finished, but this is not the last time we will have this discussion. We'll revisit for sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and next we have Miss Sue, and I'm sorry I can't pronounce her last name.
It's Lightner.
Lightner.
Yeah.
Hi, Sue Leitner, and I live at 7872 Biateca, actually right on the corner of Segovia and Biateca, smack in the middle of the speedway. And I'm just gonna say that I think the speed bump idea is terrific. I would agree with Julie, what she said about the other danger up behind the elementary school, because it is a cluster in the morning and in the afternoon. Good luck there. But aside from that, at any hour of the day on Segovia, people, I would have to guess, minimally 40 miles an hour, minimally. I go often down toward Paseo Aviano, and if you want to take your life in your hands to cross there, and I'm not kidding, life in your hands, from where it comes down the hill, okay, you're not gonna see that intersection till you're probably 150 feet from it. By then, they're carrying some speed. Well, at 40 miles an hour, it takes 85 feet to stop a vehicle. It's amazing to me that there haven't been more accidents already. Our neighborhood is full of kids riding bikes, lots of people walking their dogs, lots of joggers, and honestly, any time of the day or evening when you walk down between my house and Paseo Aviano, when they pass you, the wind whips you. And I am not exaggerating, it is. And when they go to turn onto Paseo Aviano, when they go to make a left, you might as well not be in the right lane on Paseo Aviano because they don't pay any attention to where the lines are drawn. So I agree, something has to be done. I think the speed bumps are great. Could go on from there for something in the crosswalks as well behind the elementary school. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. I do want to thank the public for comments because this is the only way, we had the public comment. This is our forum, right, as residents of the city to come and express our concerns. So this is the only way we know, and this is the only way that the staff knows. And it's a start. Maybe sometimes it doesn't feel that a lot will happen, but we can get the ball rolling. So there's always a start. So thank you for coming. Okay, so do we have any comments from commissioner or questions after the public comment? Okay. Hearing the public comments, is there, if we approve the cushions right now, as an example, is there next steps that the staff can do? This is the second time we're bringing up safe routes to school, right? And this is something that I will propose to bring on an agenda, future agenda, because it is in our work plan. And it is very, to all of us, it's very important to us. So we're gonna revisit that, just especially because it's a school. But in that area, based on the comments, is there any study that we can do?
Yeah, we would be happy as staff to meet with the group and just discuss some of their concerns, just to get an idea of what's going on in the neighborhood. And then we can take the next steps if it was developing some type of safe routes to school plan, we could then bring it before the commission. So I have your contact information and I'd be happy to discuss that with you further.
Okay. With that said, do I have a motion to approve staff's recommendation?
I'll make a motion that the commission approve the traffic calming plan on Segovia and Harwich Drive as presented by the staff.
Second.
Please note, Commissioner Hunter made the motion, Commissioner Pensier seconded. Let's go to vote. Please note it passed unanimously with Commissioner Linke being absent.